All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us His truth and continually teach us His truth. And peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's laboring in His word and true sincerity. Lord willing, this could be edifying. And my phone's not on, but it's an article, bros can look it up, where it's saying that millions of Americans is going to be without a job in 2024. And, that's pretty much what I want to speak on. I had already did a video on this, but Satan, this the second fucking time, man. And I made sure the mic shit was on. This is the second time I did a video and it didn't pick up my audio. So I'm back here doing it again, which Satan had already fucked it up because it had cut off and I had to, finish the rest of the video in the second part, which I'm going to still use that second part. I'm going to add it to this. But, pretty much I'm going to go back into Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter again. And, like I said, 2024, there's articles coming out where they're saying millions of Americans is going to be without a job. So that means that, Lord willing, 2024 is going to be the year when all prophecy is fulfilled. And Lord willing, we get to see Babylon the Great on fire from the chariots in 2024, man. Okay, because if millions of Americans are going to be without a job, that means this place is done. Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and, read these verses. And then, because I only got like 5 minutes left, man, on my break. I'm going to have to start doing my videos just using a regular iPhone screen recorder. I can't use that fucking DU screen recorder no more, man. Shit pissing me off. But anyway, this Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Okay? So, most of us, the Lord brought us in as young men. Now, the Lord deals with balance. So you do have, older men that come in, but, they're not like the rest of the old heads here in Babylon. They're not full of pride. They're not full of pride, stuck in their ways. The men that the Lord do bring in that's up in age, they come in as a baby. Okay, they be humble. All right, but, most brothers came in as young men. Okay, because when you're a young man, you have that spirit in you to, pretty much the Lord can work with you. You're not, because when you look at these old heads, I had gave this example in the video that Satan fucked the audio up on. But I had gave this example that, it's old cats I spoke with that, told me when they were younger, pretty much, they were banging on Esau, But, as they got up in age, they just going with the get along. All right. But when you're a young man, you got that energy. You got that, the Lord can use you, So that's why it says, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, because, most of these old heads, they just accept the defeat, It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, or the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. So, pretty much the main point I want to get out of there is where it says, and the grinders cease because they are few. Because there's not going to be I wish I could pull this up in the NLT, but my phone's off. But there's not gonna be a lot of jobs, man. Like I said, going back to the title of this video, millions of Americans will be jobless in 2024. And I hope that hits South Carolina hard, man. Okay? But, there being not a lot of jobs, that's going to cause crime to skyrocket. Mainly theft. People going to be taking what they can from what the next man got. Either they going to kill them and take it, which in most cases, that's how it's going to be. It's going to be survival of the fittest. Okay? Because when people not able to provide for their families, hey, they going to get it by any means, man. Like that nigga Kevin Gates, he had a mixtape named that By Any Means. I believe it was By Any Means or Get It By Any Means. But just making a point, people going to get it by any means. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low. Because these, you look at these post-apocalyptic movies, they show you that, every business, it be, the glass be shattered, or, it be like cardboard covering up the windows and stuff, the door. That's how these businesses gonna look, man. Everything, Jake gonna go crazy in the streets. So it says, when the sound of grinding is low, because there ain't gonna be a lot of jobs, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Which show that this place is, this place is at its end, because the music ain't even music. All right, this place is done, man. So, Lucky, I don't know what happened. Somehow the recording ended, but I'm back, and I just merged them together. So, but anyway, I was gonna go to 2 Esdras 15 because once again, when people become jobless, people gonna become desperate. This 2 Esdras chapter 15, verse 14: Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So destruction is coming, man. The Lord is about to pour a heavy spirit of judgment here in Babylon the Great. Okay, like the scriptures say in Amos, let judgment fall as water, man. Roughly paraphrasing. All right, it's going to be judgment every corner, in every city, man. This ain't going to be something where, because people love to say, oh, well, it ain't affecting me. That ain't here in my state. That ain't here in America. That's over there in Israel, or that's over there in Ukraine. People think that it can never happen to them. But see, what the Lord is getting ready to do, hey, it's going to affect all Babylon. Now, you're going to have some places that's not as bad as others. But, you got these migrants coming in. And, you're going to have people going to states, once people get word, oh, there's food in this state, at this grocery store, people going to get on it, man. People going to leave, well, at least attempt to, because the scriptures say a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. It's going to be so bad that even, like they showed you in that movie, damn, I forget the name of it, man. But, brothers was doing videos on it. Every brother pretty much talking about it right now, that movie on Netflix. I forget what it's called, but they showed you near the end, the highways were backed up. It was cars all over the highways, man. People couldn't even, pretty much, you wouldn't be able to drive. So, you're going to have to deal with that, and if you do have a working car in that day, if you do have gas, hey, if people catch your ass driving, man, you're going to be a target. Okay? But, it say, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, because you're going to have civil unrest. And they're making a movie about that next year. Well, it come out next year. You're going to have civil unrest, man. And it's going to take pressure on these people, man. It's going to take no jobs, hyperinflation. It's going to take all of these things for people to finally buck up. All right, because you got Edomites that know what's going on, that know what's about to happen, but long as these people able to work, long as these people able to, buy groceries, able to pay their bills, these people ain't gonna revolt, man. But it says, Salaka, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So you're gonna have, rebellion against the government. Okay? You're going to have a lot of that, man. It says, which, I just pretty much quoted this, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You're going to have martial law declared. Hey, it's going to get bad out here, man. But, the Lord is going to take care of his elect. So we don't have to be in fear of these things. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. And it says the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. Because the scriptures say, many great misery shall be done to them in the latter time that dwell in the earth because of their pride. Roughly paraphrasing, man. The Lord is gonna get rid of all of this fucking pride, man. All right, that fucking proud look on you Babylonians, man. The Lord gonna smack that shit off your fucking face. All right, and that shit pisses you off, man. When you see, especially a woman with a super proud look on her face. And that's one of the things the Lord said he hate, a proud look. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So, people, they might have been best pals, man. They might have, threw a cookout together every weekend, man, with their kids, their families, but they gonna turn on each other, man. Best friends gonna turn on each other. Family members gonna turn on each other because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. See, once again, when people not working, man, they ain't got no income coming in, no money to buy, what they need for their family. People, men gonna be like, man, I just gotta go take it, man. And it's been articles coming out. The brother Y'all Sotton shared articles because LA is a hot zone right now, man. LA is pretty much in Jacob's trouble right now on a low level. But he shared an article where this guy, he was pretty much followed home. Or it might have been a woman, was followed home. And, the guys pretty much, robbed them, took what they had. You're going to have a lot of that, man. People that do got a job, that do got money, going to the grocery store, getting groceries, and you're going to have people, following them to their car and going to take everything they got, or they may just follow them home and then take everything they got. They're going to gun them down. It's going to be a lot of violence out here, man. Scriptures say, because matter of fact, let me get it real quick because I'm about to misquote it. Matthew 24 and 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So people gonna lose that, I like to always say, that good Samaritan spirit, that, people gonna be only thinking about themselves. That's how bad it's gonna be. Okay? So, this is a good sign. If they're forecasting that it's gonna be millions of Americans jobless in 2024, that mean the Lord is about to crank up the gear, man. But I just want to do this quick video. I'm on my lunch break. Something I was meditating on while I was in the plant. Lord willing, it was edifying. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.